Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We are on the road. I am going to head back to my encampment. Characters are fatigued. No, I don't want to rest. Enter the location. Exhausted. Rest. Yay. The commander becomes host to an anomalous force, and his dreams are filled with strange visions. He feels the space around him distort, and his sensory organs are flooded by false images. Bred by distortions of light and air, reality itself tries to expel the commander into some dark tunnel. At the other end, a grim figure awaits. His body resists this crude attempt to wrench it from reality, but the unknown force finds a tangle in the commander's soul, one made of demonic rage and destructive desire. The stranger grabs at it and pulls like a hunter reeling in a harpoon. Troubled by the sudden intrusion, the dark and ominous force deep in the commander's soul answers with a menacing growl. The commander... I have -1. Tries to understand what's going on. He needs a moment to figure it out. The commander is being summoned, transported through space by some magical force. However, the attempt did not succeed because the commander is not a spirit or demon, but a mortal Dhampir. The commander is surprised that this spell worked on him at all. He unleashes the dark and unbridled part of his soul. With a triumphant and savage howl, it breaks free and fills the commander's thoughts and senses. Its rage, like a burning spear, streaks along the dark tunnel to the one who dared trouble the commander. A heart-rending scream filled with pain and animal fear strikes your ears. The moment passes, and the attraction fades. The enemy has withdrawn back to the shadows. The apparition recedes, leaving the commander wondering whether it was a reality or a nightmare. Mysterious elf. A wounded elf, huh? Well, there was a lot of wounded in Canabras. Who wounded him? In what way? Anevia appears relaxed, even nonchalant, but her eyes gleam attentively. Her hands, as if by coincidence, are resting on her belt next to her weapon. How should I know? It must have been demons. If the wound was serious, I doubt he has fully recovered from it. Maybe if you could point me toward a healer, I could. The woman, wrapped in rags all the way up to her eyes, turns around at the sound of your footsteps. Damn it. As if in a lightning motion, Anevia knocks something from the woman's hands, an amulet that seemingly appeared out of nowhere. It falls to the ground and disappears in a flash of magic. What's the rush, sweetheart? Stay a while. The commander and me, we've got a couple questions for you, too. You won't escape this time. Who are you and why are you hiding your face? You hear a heavy sigh coming from under the shawl. Fine. You've got me. We'll talk. But not here. Lead me somewhere away from prying eyes. She's all yours. I caught her. I handed her over, and now, as they say, I wash my hands of this whole affair. What do you want from me, soldier? In an exasperated gesture, she rips the half-mask off her face, and you see her black skin and crimson eyes. It's Kaelessa, the elf you met in Canabras. Why did you follow my army? To find someone. His masters want me dead, which means I will die sooner or later. After a pause, she narrows her eyes and spits out. But that doesn't mean I'll lie down and accept my fate. I'm no lamb to the slaughter, and I won't be waiting for a kindly executioner to come for me, knife in hand, never again. Are you a spy? Her scarlet eyes flash defiantly. She mutters through her teeth. I'm not going to hide it. I've come here to commit a violent and bloody act, but I do not serve the demons, and I won't do you or your forces any harm. Don't play coy. I need details. Why? Frowning skeptically, she gives you an appraising look. And what will you do with my story? Take it into account and pass your judgment? Kill me if you deem me reprobate? Help the poor girl if you don't? Well, I haven't asked for your help, and your authority to judge me seems rather dubious. She's clearly lying to you, but it doesn't feel like the guile of someone plotting a crime. There is a slight hounded look to her eyes that makes her seem more like prey than a hunter. I'll leave you be. How nice of you, soldier. Don't call me soldier. I am the commander of the crusade. She shrugs. Everyone's a soldier in a war, generals and privates alike. I look at you, and I see someone whose life is war and only war. That makes you a soldier. I want to see how this plays out. I know that one of the rules that I set for myself was if I have an evil option, I have to take it. But I want to see how this plays out. I have to go. My gut tells me it's time I was leaving too. It's dangerous to stay here. Farewell, soldier. Alright, so Sela wanted to talk. Let's go over here. Save it. Talk to Sela. It's good to see you. Get this. Janna, the one who ran away when we were attacked by demons, never went back to her unit. She was seen running toward Numeria. Looks like she deserted. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Or not the only thing. Since our raid on the Houndheart's camp, I've had this sinking feeling that I made a mistake. Dragging you into this, I mean. I should have known that a raid along the edge of the world wound wouldn't be so easy. But mostly I was wrong about a lot of people. About Janna, who lost her nerve and abandoned her friends. About Curl. I knew he was a thief, but I really thought he'd turned over a new leaf and deserved a little compassion and trust. And Elon. I thought we were kindred spirits, friends through thick and thin, but it looks like I was wrong about him too. Your ideals were mistaken from the start. Maybe now you'll see that people are weak and vicious creatures. It's pointless to try to reform them. They're only fit to be controlled. You are an amazing person, Darian. I feel a certain fortitude in you, a strength of will, even when you say something I could never agree with. Thanks for listening to my grumbling, and for helping me get to the bottom of this. I'm not going to leave things as they stand. If I get a chance, I'll track down Janna and see if I can talk some sense into her, and find out why Curl did what he did. I can't stop thinking about what Elon said to me in the end. I really have become more powerful than paladins who are far more experienced and selfless than me. There's something not right about it. A servant of Iomade should gain their powers through dedicated personal effort. It's the only way to make sure they'll use the power for good. Our journeys so far, it's all wrong, and it means I need to be 3 times as hard on myself now. So, let's head out. So, I'm gonna drop Camellia. Oops, no, I want Windwog and take him. And we're going to the cemetery. Enter the location. An elderly man limps towards a grave and clumsily throws a handful of soil inside. How unfair. They were all so young. They had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves, and an old cripple like me still lives. An elven woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the grave. She whispers, "The painting. It burned like everything else in the house. There is nothing to remember you by. Nothing." A young man throws a handful of soil into an open grave and stands beside it for a while. lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. Sociel throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a breath and prepares to speak, but it seems that he simply cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "I wish you a warm welcome in Shellen's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish this ugliness and evil, make the world richer, and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this... He breaks into sobs mid-sentence, then falls silent without finishing his declaration. You fought honorably and remained steadfast in your duty until your final breath. Your deeds will not be forgotten." Sociel is too absorbed in his grief to hear you, but the other mourners aggressively raise their fists into the air, inspired by your words. "Glory to the heroes of the crusade. Never forget." What is that? An elven woman shrieks in horror, disrupting the atmosphere of silent mourning. Her trembling hand points at something moving inside a grave. Suddenly, a corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from its rotting body. It's a zombie. Run. Okay.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Let's go fight some zombies.
I'll rip you apart!
Sociel, with a heavy heart, Sociel looks at the corpses of his friends, returned to rest by his own hand. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? Take a look at this. Sociel hands off black onyx gem to you. Once precious, the stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved Minotaur's head, the unholy symbol of Baphomet. The cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists. Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. They will pay for everything they have done when we find them. You're right, they can't be far. We can't allow them to torture anyone else this way. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they are in great danger. We must find them. After we loot bodies. Zombie lords. Zombies.
We will win this war.
Oh, that didn't heal. Okay. Oh, he gets his rank. Okay.
We'll make things right.
Okay. Let's check out his mythic rank ability. Probably boundless healing. Sure, we'll go with that. This map is small. Ah. Save it.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Rob some graves.
This is my kind of work.
Have I pleased you? Anything for you.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough.
Still fight.
Tactical retreat. No.
What is this?
Into the fray!
Huh?
Surrender. I surrender. Stop. I give up. Don't hit me. The young man in black robes throws his hands up in a dramatic gesture. You damned rat. How dare you? Suddenly, Sociel becomes a different person. The artist's delicate hands clench into fists, while his voice comes out as a menacing roar. He leaps at the necromancer and breaks his nose with a single blow. You scumbag! I remember you. You came to the temple begging for healing just a month ago. We fed you. We shared our table with you and took you in. Then I don't even know what I'm gonna do with you. Stop it! I surrender! Sociel ignores the necromancer's cries of pain, punching him right in the teeth. The necromancer spits blood but continues, fighting past the wild blows to his increasingly bruised and busted face. You're a priest of Shellen. I've surrendered, so you have to spare my life. Your goddess demands it. Do you two know each other? We do. That's Nardi, a tailor's apprentice from Canabras. We healed him after he was mauled by a dog. Then he became a frequent visitor to our temple. He listened attentively to our sermons. He studied the goddess's teachings and praised our art. Sociel grits his teeth. You were lying to our faces the whole time. When we took you in, and when you sat at our table, when we broke bread with you, were you planning to stab us in the back even then? The whole time. Now you understand part of it. Let's dig into the rest. The cultist curves his bloodied lips into an evil sneer. I was hoping to lure you to our side. It wouldn't have been hard. We are everywhere, even inside you. I think you know it too. You are not like those pious devotees you pretended to be. Maybe you even fooled yourself, but we both see who you really are. You have that same demonic rage inside you. It's a pity I never had time to kindle it into a devouring flame. But sometimes you have to resort to a backup plan. Having you die at the hands of your dead friends was such a good idea. It's a pity it didn't work. Shut up. Sociel swings his fist, but it stops in midair. His clenched fist trembles as he stares at the cultist with an expression of pure hatred. You want to kill me right now, don't you? But you can't. You're a good boy, Sociel. So loyal to your goddess. You'll have to let me go or commit a sin, so I win either way. Witness the genius of our Lord Baphomet. Is he telling the truth? Your religion doesn't allow you to kill him? Yes, the Eternal Rose is known for her grace. She teaches us to show mercy to anyone who asks for it. It's one thing to slay an enemy in battle, but a captive, you must try to save their soul, to show them the beauty of the world, persuade them to abandon the path of evil. It's difficult, but the world is better for it. Do you really believe that even this scum deserves a chance at redemption? I don't know. May Shellen forgive me, but I have never had to struggle with this burden before. He looks at the cultist with visible disgust. I had no time to try healing the souls of villains. I was always preoccupied with healing the bodies of those hurt by them. Forgive me, Eternal Rose. You teach us to be merciful to our enemies and love them. But I am too weak. I'm afraid. Grant me absolution from this sin, for this kind of love is beyond me. Don't listen to him. Hit him some more. Sociel looks at his bloodied hands in horror and pushes the cultist away. No, I am human, not a demon. I must not succumb to his blind rage. I had absolutely no idea there was this much rage in me. It's a shame, a disgrace, but I admit that I enjoyed beating him. Forgive me for letting you see me like this. It should have never happened. Sociel wipes the necromancer's blood off his knuckles and steps away from him. You are the commander, and he is your captive. It is up to you to decide his fate. I surrender. Here, take everything I've got. Just don't kill me. The cultist turns out his pockets. Then I condemn him to death. His sentence will be carried out immediately. No, please, listen, Sociel bows his head. May the goddess forgive him, for I will not. Thank you for taking the sin upon yourself. Sociel examines the devastated graveyard, then diverts his attention to the terrified town people. It's all right. You're safe now. We should bury the bodies again. This is a place of peace, and we must not leave it desecrated like this. The townspeople are clearly terrified of even looking at the fallen undead, but Sociel's soft words reassure them. As they work together, the graveyard soon regains its tranquil appearance. After a prayer, Sociel bows his head before the graves of his friends for the last time. May the eternal rose grant them peace at last. Let's be on our way. We have more innocents to protect from the horrors of this war. Well, I have bodies to loot. For here. We talk to this peasant. Does he have anything to say?
Be careful, everyone. Learn from my mistakes.
Okay. I need you to come back here. Mirror image on yourself.
Tread lightly.
You have to get up there. And
We must stop this war.
that's
Only us. The gods have abandoned. What was I saying just now?
cool.
Wanna play
The
together?
goddess protects us.
Traps. And let's just double check all of the things.
Tear your throat out.
sure we didn't miss any zombies. So we all know how that ends. And we should be good. Let's go. I am going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. We will see you again next time. Bye.